Breaking news, Ed Boon has pitched the idea to make Mortal Kombat 12 and future installments of the franchise a live service video game. Now, Warner Brothers love the idea and they're entertaining it heavily according to my source, and they already have plans to start implementing this as soon as possible with Mortal Kombat 12. Now, for those of you who don't know what a live service video game is, I'll give you an example of how it's going to happen and more details, of course. So basically, check this out. When Grand Theft Auto 5 first came out, it was released as a single player video game. Multiplayer came to the game later, and it was a regular multiplayer game like Grand Theft Auto 4 was. It was regular multiplayer, everybody loved it. But over a period of time, Grand Theft Auto 5 turned to a live service game, which means it gets frequent updates and is being supported for years and years on end. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, okay, so what are we supposed to care about this? Well, I'm told for Mortal Kombat 11, Ed Boon has already put things in place to prove to WB that this can happen as far as keeping up the demand and being able to issue updates and things of that nature towards the game, as well as DLC packs, being able to add clothing into the game in specific locations where people can find it, and having this done throughout the entire world internationally for all Mortal Kombat players. This is something that is not easy to do, yet they managed to be able to do it, especially as a fighting game. So now that they've proven that they were able to do this, WB is entertaining the idea of making it a live service video game, because that's where the industry is heading going forward. Now, the industry is most certainly stepping up, and this is why gaming is so fun in this day, this time, and this age. Back in the day, they would release a video game, you would buy it, you would play it, you would beat it, and then you would wait for the next installment to come out. Nowadays, we have DLC. DLC is extremely common for every game. That really evolved, let's say, it really evolved the evolution of video gaming. And now what's next after DLC, you ask? Well, live service video games. They also have been doing this with the mobile version of Mortal Kombat also, where the game was called Mortal Kombat X, and then they changed the name of it to like Mortal Kombat, I think it was Mortal Kombat 11, or it was just Mortal Kombat. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but they basically was able to update the game without people having to delete the app and re-download it. It was just more so an update. So this is something that's being heavily experimented. And for those of you that don't know, Mortal Kombat, formerly known, not Mortal Kombat, but NetherRealm Studios, formerly known as Midway, and they also worked with Williams and a couple of other companies on the come up. They have been inventors, specifically Ed Boon and John Tobias and the whole team, John Vogel and all of them. They have been doing things way before it was even thought of in the fighting game community. So this is no surprise to me that Ed is back up to his old shenanigans. And his old shenanigans is inventing stuff and doing stuff before other people, at least in his community, get their hands on it. Remember, Mortal Kombat was the first game to do an open world game. Now look at Street Fighter. So they were light years ahead of their time, and now open fighting or open world games are becoming so common due to the power of the systems that everybody is able to kind of put together a type of open world game. It's just common now. Back in the day, it cost a lot of money, especially by Grand Theft Auto 3 being one of the first open world games of its kind, of its nature. It really set the tone for history, and look where we are. After Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, you had games like, I think it was called State Property, or it was called State of Emergency. Then you had games like The Italian Job. You had games like Driver, which was a great series. You had so many games that were happening after Grand Theft Auto, and now look what we ended up getting. The only thing that came close to Grand Theft Auto that I could think of right now was Saints Row. I mean, Saints Row ended up failing, but they're doing a complete reboot. And with that being said, other games like Crackdown, they also became open world games. So my point for mentioning this is the fact that you can see the effects of Grand Theft Auto taking place all of these years later. Even with Mortal Kombat, it's taking effect all of these years later, with Street Fighter finally tapping into some territory. And also, my source did inform me that everybody in the fighting game community is in good spirits. Everybody loves what's going on right now because people are feeling challenged. They're feeling energetic. You got to remember, when companies begin competing with each other, the fans win automatically because we get better products. You know, for example, if you got two phone companies, one phone company may say, hey, come over here, we'll charge you cheaper than what your actual phone company is charging you, and we'll pay off your phone. That's a good deal for me. I'm gonna take advantage of it. You may have another company that say, hey, come over here, we'll give you Netflix free for a whole year. I may go, excuse me, hiccups. I may go to them because I'm getting Netflix free for a whole year. So that's basically what's going on here. So to get directly back on topic, live service for Mortal Kombat would be fantastic because they'll put new games in the, not new games, they'll put new things throughout the game. For example, all the DLC packs, the skins, all of those little things Ed Boons be posting about finding things around the Krypt. They are able to expand the story. They literally have tried everything for the live service game already, and it receives full approval. Again, they did the first ever story mode DLC for the Mortal Kombat franchise with Aftermath. They did that, which was fantastic. It worked perfectly. There was no reports of issues with games as far as people losing their data. It was not like a massive report. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I'm saying what they did was extremely successful, which is fantastic. So with that being said, shout out to Ed Boon for always staying on top of what he's doing and loving the fans and things of that nature. I also got another video about communication, the NRS communication. It's either going to come out after this video or before this video. Mind you, all of my videos are recorded on the same day and then they're just released throughout the week. So keep that in mind. So for those of you that are thinking that I'm talking to my source every night like he my BFF or something like that, no, it don't go down like that. We have at least 1 to 2 hours of conversation. I write down all the information. And what I do from there is I take the best parts of it, I turn it into videos, enough content for you guys to last throughout the week, which causes me to be consistent with you guys. And when you guys don't get videos, keep in mind that there's just no information to give you at that time. Plus, I do have a job that I work, a full-time job. So, you know, time management is of the essence or whatever. So I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below very quickly. How do you feel about the Mortal Kombat franchise becoming a live service game, meaning that you could just download Mortal Kombat on your system? And just to give you a little more details or whatever the case is, you download Mortal Kombat on your PlayStation, right? And when you download it, it says Mortal Kombat. So you want to get the next quality update, right? The next quality update may cost you $60. It may cost you $60. Now this has been around for years. It's just been different versions of it. So for example, for those of you who remember that game, Nintendo 64. Okay, so Nintendo 64, they had this game. It was called Perfect Dark. And these people just walk around. They look like little masked people from like Teen Titans or something like that. They look like Slade or whatever the case is, right? So if you put something in the Nintendo 64 called an expansion pack or an extension pack, it would literally turn those people into humans and give you a completely different experience of the video game that you're playing. So that was the old days version of a live service video game. We're getting that, it's just in a different form at this time and point, which is fantastic. It is very fantastic. So it's good to see that once they release Mortal Kombat, you can just pay to download the next pack, which includes all the story mode, all the characters, the next chapter. So it'll be like, for example, Mortal Kombat Chapter 2. Now, a lot of you probably be like, dude, what you're talking about is DLC. No, it's called a quality of life update. For lack of better words, it'll be something like a quality of life update. So keep that in mind. Definitely keep that in mind. Again, I'm super excited for what's to come for the year 2023. Again, the release date for Mortal Kombat 12, from what I've been told, is going to be April of 2023. Mind you, take that with a huge grain of salt, as this information has not been officially or publicly confirmed by any NRS employee. None of their, shareholders. Nobody has confirmed this. This information is literally coming from a source. This is information you're not supposed to have. So I want to make that clear and be very transparent with you guys. A lot is coming for the channel, including new merch for the 2 members that we do have. I want you to know that the member section is going to be updated soon. I have a lot I'm going to be investing into the channel, and I'm actually going to be hiring some people to work on the channel. So it's about to get real good around here. So keep your eyes open. I also will be hiring people if you're good at writing articles and things of that nature, where you can make some extra money on the side. So there's a lot of things for the wave report that's going to be coming up soon. I'm super excited to share with you guys, and I think this is going to be extremely fantastic to do something for the fans and take the brand to the next level. Ed wants to make the Mortal Kombat franchise a live service game, and Warner Brothers is fully on board with the idea. This is some of the best news that we could have possibly gotten. Now it's just all about crossing our fingers to wait and see what they got next for us. So definitely guys, stay tuned to the channel. If you watched this video all the way to the end, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place for daily Mortal Kombat content. I truly appreciate you guys, and yeah, stay tuned because we not done. We got more content coming up. Let's get it. Let's go. Catch you in the next one.